Good day, everyone. My name is Mr. Omar Godwin, and we are here today on this amazing learning platform. We're going to treat a topic that's titled Question Tag, English Grammar. Question tags, English Grammar. I am ready to teach this lesson, and I am also sure you're ready with your writing materials, your pencil and your pen and your jotter, whatever it is that you're using now as a notepad. It promises to be an interesting one. So if you are ready, I guess we should start. We are looking at the objectives of the lesson today. We'll be considering this. We have to define what tags are. I want to state rules of tags and understanding the question tags, how it is shaped. So your objectives today is we're going to see how we can grasp all of this. They're important to us. So at the end of the lesson, you should be able to define question tag. You should be able to state the rules, and we have understanding of question tag, how they are formed. Now, first, what is question tag? Question tag. The word question. We all know what question is. What is your name? That's the question. How are you doing? That's the question. What about the tag? So there's a tag to read. Okay, so that we'll be talking about today. What we call a tag question, if you like. Tag question or question tag, they turn statements into a question. That is what they are. Question tags usually turn statements. So you have a statement that will later transcend into a question. For example, there is a statement, a foundation or a root statement that leads to question. That is why we call it question tag. It is the end of that other sentence, or what is the statement has been translated to, that we refer to as question tag. And they are often used for checking information that we think we know is true. Sometimes you do this so you can validate if something is true or not. We'll have so many examples here. Okay, for example, someone can say, Mr. Moore is black. Is he? Now you're trying to validate, is Mr. Moore really black in color? So you want to check that information. Is it true? Mr. Omar is dark in complexion. Is he? Come on, I told you we're going to have a wonderful time. Well, that's just the surface level. So we go in details. In grammar, a question tag is very short. Yes, it's a short clause at the end of a statement, and it turns the statement into a question. So this here is reiterating what we have said up here. All right, and you have this notation, question. You can't rule that out. It is always going to go with your tag. That's why we have that at the end of our sentence. So question tag simply turns statement into question. Simplified. That's the best bet you can have. So what a question tag is? A question tag turns statement into a question. So moving forward, let's see what we have next. What are the rules of question tags? We have basically, I think, 6, more than this. But for now, we're going to take these basic rules. I call them basic because other rules are built from this. Okay. Now, the first rule we'll consider, if the statement is negative, the tag must be positive. I recall there was a time I did this some time ago. I call it this way: plus, minus, minus, and plus. Someone is saying, oh, Mr. Moore, we have it plus in English. So it seems, yep. In tag question, we have it. Now, how do you know if a statement is positive? How do you know if a statement is negative? Because rule 1, this guy here, rule 1 states, if the statement is negative, the tag must be positive. How do you know a positive statement? How do you know a negative statement? I'll give you a quick one. Now, a statement is said to be negative if it has what we call the not word in it. When you see this also, not, a short form can be written this way, attached to any word. So a statement is said to be positive if it doesn't carry or contain these two, not. Okay, so if the first rule says if the statement is positive, then the tag must be what? Negative. That's the first. Then if the statement is positive, the tag must be negative. Let's consider this example here. You don't like me. Now, this is the statement here. Okay. Yep. You don't like me is my statement. Now, I have told you earlier, how do you know when a statement is positive or negative? It is positive, it does not carry not in it. In this example we are considering now, do you see the not there? Don't. You can see the not. You do not. This means you do not like me. You do not like me. So it has the not word in it. So that means this is negative, minus. So if it is negative, my tag must be positive. That means my tag should not have not in it. You don't like me. Look at the response. This is a tag. Do you? Do you? That means it's taking a positive word, positive tag. Remember here we have negative and positive and negative. So the rule is quite simple. The two basic rules: if you have a positive statement, the tag must be negative. If you have a negative statement, the tag will be positive. If you have that rule at the back of your mind, I am telling you, you are good to go. So we move forward. Don't forget this. How do you identify a positive statement? A positive statement is one which do not contain the not word. Either it is written in full or it is written in the short form. Now, negative question tag. If the main sentence is positive, we have said this, the question tag should be negative. The pattern followed by a negative question tag is this. Now, look at this. Let's consider this example as we move on. You are free. This is a statement. You are free. Look at the verb. You are free. Are you not? Instead of saying, are you not? To now bring it to what? Aren't you? Aren't you? George broke the glass. In this statement here, there is nothing like not in it. So it means that this is a positive statement. Therefore, we should have a negative tag. George broke the glass. Didn't he? Becomes the negative tag right there. Your sister cooks well. Your sister cooks well. This is a positive statement. Doesn't she? Observe, please. Sister is for girl, the pronoun she. Okay? You cannot say, doesn't your sister cook very well? No. Doesn't she? Look at George. George is a name for a guy. We choose what he. You can say, didn't George? That's kind of funny, isn't it? George broke the glass. Didn't he? It's not didn't George. Your sister cooks well. Doesn't she? It's not doesn't your sister cook well. Those are rules we should follow. She can swim well. Can't she? Okay? This is a sentence here. This statement is positive. Now, this is what? Negative. That's why we told you we have this and that. Okay? She can swim well. Can't she? Alright? This is just rules that we'll have to follow, and you have a positive question tag. If the main sentence is negative, the question tag should be positive. The pattern followed by positive questions are this, and we can see you aren't busy. Here, aren't. We have not here. So this makes it a negative statement. So our answer here should be what now? Positive. So you can say minus and plus. He can't drive. This is negative. Can he? Tolu doesn't work hard. Does he? They haven't. This is another negative. They haven't come yet. Have they? Can you see it there? Very easy to follow if you understand the rule. This here is a positive, so we have negative. Is it clear? I want to be sure. Is it very, very clear to you? Now, when you have a positive sentence or a statement, your tag must be what? Beautiful. Okay, so when you have a negative statement, your tag becomes what? Good job. And now when you have places like you have names of a boy, the boy takes the pronoun form. Is it not so? When you have aren't will come in place of are. When you have a name, you cannot repeat the name. You take the pronoun of that name, which they stand for. Those are the rules. All right. So moving forward now, we have been able in this class to define question tag. We have said what question tag is. We have been able to state some of the basic rules in question tag. We said earlier that question tag, they turn what a statement into a question, simplified. That is so simple. Question tag usually turns statements into a question. One, and we said that the rules that govern it, we have more than the ones here, because these are basics for you to grasp. The basic one is that two rules. If a statement is said to be positive, we said what? The tag becomes negative. Yes. If a statement is said to be negative, the tag becomes positive. Easy. That is what you need to know. All right. I hope we've made ourselves clear. So we have gone past this in evaluation. Oh yeah, we didn't treat this now. Yes, in subsequent time, we're going to include it for you so you can see. All right. Types of tag questions, you can say we have positive, but we'll take it for you later. So you have been taught question tags. You should make use of tag question properly and at all times where and when it is required. So sometimes you may have issues or you may have reason to want to apply it in real life situations. Those times will come where you will need to apply tag question. So for example, you walk up into the house and is mom at home, or someone just walk up to you and say, your brother can swim very well. Can't he? You see, that is a tag. So you will be able to apply your tag question experience into real life situation. Remember this, we don't learn to forget. We learn to always remember, and the little we've learned, we learn to apply. Real life application is very, very important, and I think that you should learn that also. I am so excited, and I am sure you are also excited, and you've learned one or two things today, and I would like for you to put them into use in real life situation, and we'll be meeting you next time on this amazing learning platform. But from me over the side, I am saying bye-bye. Have a wonderful night rest.